Well, hello to you, and you. Yo, we ain't got a lot of time, but we do have enough time. So, higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we're live on tour. So, listen, I'm going to address this and be done, okay? Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is a me. Oh, wait a minute. There I am. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. So, the Kenya Moore of Huntsville decides to call me out. First of all, she called me Brandy. My name is Braylon, okay? So this is what I wanted to do, right? Because I'm a dog walk this for you. Because I was ahead of of her calling me out. Now, here's the first thing, right? There's this thing called freedom of speech. First Amendment, don't know if you know about it, but that means you can say whatever you want to within reason, right? So the first thing I want to say is you associating me with someone who is just as dumb as your ass, for one. So why in the flying hell would I associate myself, right, with someone, right, that, listen, the content creator that they keep telling to shut up is bigger than them. Okay? That's the first thing. Let's get this straight. So you mean to tell me, you mean to tell me, right, that you think I would associate with someone who said that they were suing YouTube and Google and Lottie Dottie and everybody in the words of Teach Out With Your Girl, and then comes on YouTube after they terminate themselves based on their own behavior, and YouTube proved that because of what they did. Now, when no one else did, but what they did, only to come back on YouTube using somebody else's backup channel that they're not supposed to be using. Okay? Then, months later, closes down their social media accounts. And then makes another channel, which is strike two, which you're not supposed to make another channel or use a backup channel. And then opens up new social media channels. You think I would be with that dribble, that toxicity, that much of hell personified in a person? Oh my Lord Jesus. So here's the thing, right? Because I really don't get Wanda's existence. Child, here is that content creator that you said. Right? That's her numbers. 6,690 subscribers versus the content creator that she keeps telling to shut up that has 7,620 subscribers. 7,620 subscribers is bigger than 6,690 subscribers. That same content creator you tried to associate me with has 173,365 total views on a backup channel that is not hers and that she can't be using, compared to the person she told to shut up's YouTube channel that has 932,147 total views. The grand total, a difference of 930 subscribers and a difference of 758,782 total views. Okay, so that's that one. So then after that, right? After that, there's another content creator that content creator is trying to mentally mollywop on. Let me pull those numbers up here. So content creator one's subscriber count, okay, is 6,970 subscribers, right? The one that you try to associate me with. The one that she has been keyword trying to mollywop for years has 19,000 subscribers. I think 19,000 subscribers is more than 6,970 subscribers. And then the total view count for that backup channel that they can't use because YouTube terminated them, that total view count is 176,195 total views versus 122,160 total views. The grand total, a difference of 12,030 subscribers and a difference of 10,945,965 total views. Okay. So, what? I mean, my Lord Jesus, really? This is what we're doing? This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what you wanted to do this morning. Right? That would be like saying, y'all need to quit being coward asses. When sometimes the person telling people to quit being coward asses is probably a coward ass their damn self. Now, when I'm bringing this up, I am talking about all the coward asses that have been defending Diddy and his behavior, but would never stand for any of it in their actual factual smacktual life. I'm talking about the coward asses that believe it's okay to drop on children, drop on men, drop on women, drop on babies. I'm talking about the coward asses that are so far up the reality television asshole that they can't see that there's nothing else going on. I'm talking about those coward asses. So if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. It must apply. Oh no, listen, I got it. But guess what, Sarah Hill? I got something for Wanda. Because I'm negating all this, right? And by the way, right? Why would I associate somebody that someone said on a live that if they could ask God a question, why was snakes, cockroaches, and that individual's name you brought before Tea Talk with Your Girl was created? Oh, you know what? That wasn't that individual. Well, that should be asked. Okay? Because listen, I'm not the one coming on YouTube live every time in the words of this beer. I'm not this energy right here. This is called Raging Bitch IPA. I'm not that individual that you said before Tea Talk with Your Girl coming on here every time moving of this energy. I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm not that at all. So, but you know who did say if they could ask God a question, why are snake, cockroaches, and a person were made? You want to know who said that? Your son-in-law. Your son-in-law. Your son-in-law. Right here. And listen, I'm doing this because guess what? She called me out. I got the right to respond. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And then I'm going to show you how I got ahead of Unc. Okay? Because I really drink my water, mind my black owned business, and go on tour. But we're not doing this shit. Here we go.
Who is fuck? I think it's just her. You know, that's just her. I think God made her wrong. Not saying he made mistakes, but this is definitely questionable. This is one of those things I say, hey God, okay, let's talk about this one. All right, walk me through the process of making Wanda. You know, I would ask God to say, hey, God, I'm not saying you made a mistake, but you know how you go through tests and there are questions that you say, you know, I'm gonna mark this, I'm gonna press M on this one just to make sure, and I'm gonna come back and revisit this one. I think, you know, after God taught the class, I would go talk to him after the end of the class and say, hey, listen, I know you made this right here. Walk me through your thought process when you made Wanda. What was your what? I'm not saying that. I know you work in mysterious ways. What were you thinking when you did this? How was this? Educate me on how this is better for the human race. You know, and if this is something that is just an obstacle that people need to get through, and said, hey, you know, because there's not enough obstacles, because gravity is not enough, because life in itself is not enough, because danger, and it's like when God created snakes. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's a snake. I'm saying that I don't really see the purpose of a snake. So like snakes and cockroaches and stuff like that. Those are things that I'd be like, okay, you know, why'd you create? So If anybody's taking notes, put that on the list. Snakes, cockroaches, and Wanda. Why did God create these things? That's my thought.
That was your son-in-law who said if he could ask God a question, why were snakes, cockroaches, and yo ass created? Okay. Now, Wanda is getting upset at content creators because they said the show wasn't coming back. Let me show you the evidence here real quick. Here we go. And Sarah Hill, just stay until the end of this because we do have more destinations. But when I tell you that I did math time on that content creator that asked herself off of YouTube and YouTube approved it because she did too damn much to her damn self, when I did math time on those two content creators' channels that are bigger than that backup channel she's not supposed to be using, I got math time for Wanda in just a minute. Give me some time. Hang on. Last press release right here, March 13th, 2025, about Somebody's Son, Owens' new love and relationship series. The last press release about anything love and marriage came out on March 6th, 2025, right here about Owens' Love and Marriage Detroit. The last press release about Love and Marriage Huntsville was October 10th, 2024, when it came back November 2nd. Now, if we all remember, Love and Marriage DC was not on for a whole year, and the cast didn't know what they were doing. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months. We have not heard anything, right? Okay, so that's strike one. Okay, so the press site for the Oprah Winfrey Network, that's strike one. That nothing's happened. Okay, all right. Now let's check Owens' Instagram. This is all live in real time. The last post that they did right here is for Ray to Love, which is coming back Friday, August 1st at 8/7 Central.
The power outage has been going on for 48 hours. James is using his generator to recharge his...
Right here, Kimmy is talking about breast cancer. Okay. That's the last thing they posted. Everything else, Ray to Love, Never Ever Met, Somebody's Son, Family, Fiance, Sweet Life, Los Angeles. That is Issa Rae's show coming back with cast commentary. So, in case you didn't know, that it's coming to the Oprah Winfrey Network. Family or Fiance, Sweet Life, Los Angeles, Never Ever Met Somebody's Son, Family or Fiance, Never Ever Met, Family or Fiance. Last time they posted this was 3 weeks ago.
Don't worry.
For Love and Marriage Detroit. So Owen hasn't posted anything new about it. Okay, so that's strike two. So press site for Owen, nothing. Owen's Instagram, nothing. Okay, let's roll on. Then we have Owen Keep It Real. Strike Family or Fiance, Never Ever Met Somebody's Son. Never Ever Met Somebody's Son. Love and Marriage Detroit, 4 weeks ago. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Detroit, Never Ever Met. Love and Marriage Detroit. 19 weeks ago. But they posted something. Okay. So let's see. That's 3 strikes. If it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. But no, I don't think that's enough. Let's check Carlos King's Instagram here. Last thing he posted,
I remember myself being in.
It was talking to Black Ink Crew star Sky Days as she addressed if she was fired from the show, the altercation with her son, why she felt set up there. Now, this show was done 2 weeks ago on June 11th. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. Here we go. Caesar, Rihanna, Dean, her, and so and much more, right? Nene, not Nene, child. My brain's still waking up. There's Nene because Keyna was talking about her dream cast and also giving honor to Carlos King, right? Here it is. Here, you see any update on Love and Marriage Huntsville? So no. So press site from nothing. On Instagram, nothing. On Keep It Real, nothing. Carlos King's Instagram, nothing. Yep. Okay. So here it is here, y'all. So when I click this, let me zoom in here because this is live in real time. When I click this right here, okay, it takes me to this. Okay, now when I click on news, October 16th, 2024. That's the last piece of news about the show. Now, hang on. I'm going to go to tools right here. I'm going to go to tools. Hashtag all toodles. Looking ass. So if I do click tools, and y'all see that 43 results for season 10, episode 1. Now I'm gonna go to recent. Right, I'm gonna go to recent. Click that. Past 24 hours. Nothing. It was nothing at that time. Okay. Now let's roll on the episodes. Hey, time is slipping away from me. So, no news about season 10, episode 1 on Google. Okay. Now I'm going to go back. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Now, when I click this, season 10, episode 2, Am I Enough, right? Okay, I'm gonna go to tools here, showing you this live in real time. Oh, toodles! Right there. Now, that's how many results right there. Just in general, 156,000 results. Okay. When I click news, I click tools, 51 results, right? Mm-hmm. And still, same thing here, right? That's the last post right there about the show. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to recent. Okay, I'm gonna go recent right here. I'm gonna click past 24 hours. Once again, it's slipping away from me. Now, I'ma just say this. Some of us are moving like progressive kings and queens, like the. Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna go back. So you see, right? You saw that there was no news for episode 10.
Your membership is more than just a card. It's your gateway.
So you see no news, right? Now, I'm not going to show the channel, right? I'm not going to show it. But if I click that live, right, that was out 2 days ago, right? That live was streamed June 27th of 2025. Are y'all ready for this receipt? This is 90 Day Fiance Hunt for Love, season 1, episode 5 after show. Okay. This was streamed 4 days ago on June 25th. So I was ahead of Wanda. And Wanda, you're about to look really stupid because Brandy is mentally mollywopping your ass. I'm flabbergasted that you would associate me with another content creator who's on the same wave spectrum of stupidity as you are as a person. My Lord Jesus. Let's roll on. Here's that receipt. Because one thing, no, two things for sure. When I'm wrong, I do own it. Here we go. Oh, man. Yes, indeed. So y'all ready for next week? Because man, next week is the verdict of the other day trial. You know, we've been on this thing for 6 weeks, going on 7. And yeah, it's been quite a lot. It really, really has. I am sincerely grateful to, you know, all the new subscribers and all the new views and all the newness from the trial. Of course, you know, I did say it wasn't going to be a dating channel because it's not. Of course, you guys still had other shows mixed in with that, but I figured as much that, okay, people are really going to want to know what's going on. So it's like, let me go live every day at 6. And you know, there are some days, oh God, Jesus. But I feel for the jury. I feel for New York. Judge Arthur, and I feel like he is going to do a vacation after this. For sure, you know what I mean. But yes, so just wait for it. But it has been the trial of the summer for damn sure. By the way, shout out to Millie Chung. She's got an interview with the cast of Nextville. Looks like a bunch of female content creators, I guess. It's like a new reality show. So shout out to that. Always showing love to Millie Chung there. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to Millie Chung. Yes, indeed. Good people for sure. Yeah, we are just chilling. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna admit something to y'all right now, okay? Now, you heard what I just said, right? I'm gonna admit something right now. Here we go. Wanda, you asked for me. Here it is. I did this. Oh man, as you 4 days, right? Before your live. Here we go. You all know, I used to be a part of a sector, right? And I don't even cover that shit no more. I really don't. But I've always said, if there's anything that's happening in that world, that I would honor y'all by letting you know about it, right? So I'm going to admit right now, okay? Because listen, there's been a lot going on with this show. I'm going to admit to y'all right now, okay, that Braylon Lee was wrong. I'm going to show you, okay? Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Hang on. Oh, man, as you all know, I used to be a part. Oh, man, as you all know, I used to be a part of a sector, right? And I don't even cover that shit no more. I really don't. But I've always said, if there's anything that's happening in that world, that I would honor y'all by letting you know about it, right? So I'm going to admit right now, okay? Because listen, there's been a lot going on with this show. I'm going to admit to y'all right now, okay, that Braylon Lee was wrong. I'm going to show you, okay? I'm going to come on camera and take the L more time. Just one more time, because I want this to be loud and motherfucking clear. You can send this to Wanda to let her ass know I was wrong, completely wrong. Yeah, here we go. One more time. Y'all give me a moment here, okay? Okay. Tricks to this L as well, okay? That's what I'm going to do there. Let me see here. Now you know about it, right? So I'm going to admit right now, okay? Because listen, there's been a lot going on with this show. I'm going to admit to y'all right now, okay, that Braylon Lee was wrong. I'm going to show you, okay? I'm going to come on camera and take the L, okay? I'm going to come on, but also too, and you know about it, right? So I'm going to admit right now, okay, because listen, there's been a lot going on with this show. I'm going to admit to y'all right now, okay, that Braylon Lee was wrong. I'm going to show you. Oh, you see that right there? Braylon Lee was wrong. Okay, I'm going to come on camera. Now, I don't want to hear shit, L, okay? I don't want to hear. Come on, but also, too, I'm going to give a little asterisk to this. gonna give a little asterisk to this L as well. Okay, that's what I'm going to do there. Let me see here. Y'all give me a moment here. Okay. Okay. Good to see y'all. Let's see here. So I'm gonna admit right now, okay. Now, usually when a show rolls out, okay, you usually do this. You usually do a press release, right? So the show is coming back July 19th. Now did you see the closed captioning, right? Because you only went to school 3 days a week. Here it is. I said my 5 statements, okay? I thought the show was over, but I will gladly admit that I was wrong, okay? I have no problem admitting I was wrong. However, can we also talk that this was Owens' #1 show, that the renewal would have been a little bit, out there quicker, right? Because let's all admit, Rotten Tomatoes, they sometimes do they have TV shows, but they're known for movies, right? So can we all admit at least the launch to announce this was a bit off? Okay, just saying. I come from the world of media, so that's why I was saying until there's a press release out, it's not official, because until there's a press release out, it's not official. Until there's a press release out, it's not official. Until there's a press release out, it's not official. So Wanda, I already admitted this on June 25th during my 90-day Beyonce Hunt for Love Season 1 Episode 5 after show. I know you can only consume Love and Marriage Huntsville. I mean, that's like a content creator saying, I always have content, but yet they're excited for the show to come back because they know deep down within their heart, their mind, and their soul that all the content they could ever create, talk about, and distribute is this one show. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. You don't want to have toss away K energy and then be in a situation where you're writing a check that your ass can't cash. But it is back on July 19th. Okay, so I've admitted I was wrong. I did my part. Okay, so there it is there. So you can tag me in of Brainley was wrong. But one thing I was not wrong about, though, right?
We looked at Q2, and it seems like
I was not wrong about by the time that show ended, right, from the reunion up to now, it was going to prove who's a real content creator, who is not a real content creator, okay? I was not wrong about that. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my camera again. Yes. So there it is. So I admitted that I was wrong. Now, Sarah Hill, here's the math time on Wanda. You ready? You ready? And Wanda, you can do the math yourself. Wanda Moore's subscriber count, 5,040 subscribers. Tea Talk with Your Girl. Her subscriber count is 9,000 subscribers. I believe 9,000 is way more than 5,040 subscribers. I believe that 9,000 subscribers is way more than 5,040 subscribers. Once again, I believe that 9,000 subscribers is way more than 5,040 subscribers. Total view count on Unk's YouTube channel is 353,188 total views. Versus Tea Talk with Your Girl, 3,515,163 total views. Let me say it again, 3,515,163 total views. The grand total, a difference of 3,690 subscribers, a difference of 3,161,975 total views. Let me say that grand total again. A difference of 3,690 subscribers between Wanda Moore Tea Talk with Your Girl, and a difference between Wanda Moore Tea Talk with Your Girl, 3,161,975 total views. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, don't tell lies about me, and I won't tell truths about you. Let's roll on. Child, I can't. I'm going to just wait till the 30-minute mark. Hi, how are you? All right, let's keep going. Now we got it. So for those of you who are watching the video playback, this is when the other destinations start. We just had to take care of some shit. All right, here we go, y'all. Child, this this don't make no sense. So, with that being said, speaking of people who feel big mad about somebody responding, Lizzo talked about Candice Owens, okay? Lizzo talked about Candice Owens in a new song. So here we go, child. From the Jasmine, right? Here we go.
Has mentioned me in her upcoming song.
All these hoes know I'm they bitch. Candice Owens somewhere pissed. Kiss my what? Nigga get bent.
Of course I'm not pissed. I think I should be in your music video looking pissed, though. So hit me up, Lizzo. This is obviously a very artistic endeavor. I told you, I have you on my iPhone. You've got some bops. I loved Truth Hurts. I was wishing you well. I'm glad that you are getting into shape. You look happier. You look freer. So don't be upset with me because I told you the truth when the whole world was trying to kind of pigeonhole you and make you just a fat girl. You know, you didn't have to do that. You had a talent and you were fun, and the industry can be toxic in that way. So that's all I will say on that topic.
So wait a minute. Hey, Justine Bell, welcome in, my friend. Glad to have you. So you mean to tell me that you said this, that, and the third about Lizzo, but now you want to be in her music video? Oh my Lord Jesus. I mean, pop me kettle. Let's get into this. Candice Owens' response to Lizzo after the artists appear to take a shot at her in her new song. In the track, Lizzo raps, "All these hoes know that I'm that bitch. Candice Owens somewhere pissed. Kiss my what and get bent." Candice denied having any animosity towards Lizzo, and even suggested the two team up, joking that she loved to appear in the music video for the track. She went on to say that Lizzo shouldn't be upset with her for what she described as telling the truth about Lizzo's body before her recent weight loss, saying, "I'm glad that you are getting into shape. You look happier. You look freer. I told you the truth when the whole world was trying to pigeonhole you and make you just a fat girl." She added, "You didn't have to do that. You had the talent and you were fun. The industry can be toxic in that way." Candice has previously critiqued Lizzo's public image, claiming the singer promoted unhealthy standards under the guise of body positivity. What are your thoughts on Lizzo's diss to Candice's response? First of all, like this person said right here, Candice is definitely trying to revamp her black card. And is. Now, here's the thing. If you said that shit, stand in that shit. Like, what the hell? I don't get it. Because here's the thing. Candice Owens can't do a fifth quarter or a half of what Lizzo does. So she really should shut the fuck up talking. Right? That's just how I feel about it. And, you know, there was another person. and I'm just like, child, this is crazy. Because to be real with you, this person who said that they hated Fox News, this, that, and the third, try to go over to NBC and do their own talk show under the my God, under the third hour of today. And then got big mad when she talked about that blackface was okay as long as you were portraying a character. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Meghan McCain. Y'all look at this shit. Look at this shit. Come look at this shit right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
First up, let's talk about... I'm going to do one more aggrieved woman with you. And it happens to be Beyonce. Because it recently came to my attention that Beyonce, who's on some world tour right now, reinventing herself as a country star, is running videotape during the show of yours truly. I believe it is a clip from me on the Paul Murray show out of Sky News Australia, which I do once a week because I adore him. But it's me commenting about how when she started getting into country and the launch of this album, she and her marketing people were treating that entry like the second coming. Like it's Jesus incarnate. He's back. All hail Queen Bey. She's here to rescue country music, which was a perfectly thriving industry long before Beyonce showed up. But now we all need to hail her because she's married to Jay-Z, which means.
But also, too, Megan, what you don't realize is that Charlie Pride, okay, also, too, because there is a female country, Country singer honor. Because Linda Martell also was a Black country artist. So Beyonce was really trying to showcase our history and how we were in country music. And, you know, like I said, everything that I said up to the 30-minute mark, if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to it. But if you do respond to it, it must be true to some damn degree. Because to Megyn Kelly, that waste of life who is breaking YouTube guidelines and is suing Google and YouTube, but yet keep using Google and YouTube, even though her website is allegedly popping. And to Uncle Wanda, and to the coward asses, and to anyone and everyone getting upset that people thought that the show was canceled when we didn't see nothing, just know, in the words of Anonymous T, and that this is to all them and Megyn Kelly, just know, in the words of Anonymous T,
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
what the hell? So, Megan, you can talk about everybody else, but nobody can talk about you. To that said individual that's suing Google and YouTube, but yet you are using Google and YouTube, even though you got terminated off of your own behavior. So you can talk about everybody else, but nobody can talk about you. And you do realize you do realize how many people said that the show was coming back because of circumstances that we didn't see a press release. And I showed the clip that until a press release is out, it's not official. Because I'm about integrity. I'm about responsibility. I'm about accountability. But once again, my Lord Jesus, my Lord. Y'all are, long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. But God forbid somebody pops the helium in your fucking balloon and showcases your humanity that you seeking attention. Oh, y'all doing too much. You're bullying me. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Megan, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That waste of life that should have been swallowed by her mother like a milkshake. And that, like I said, if you're suing Google and YouTube, you shouldn't be on YouTube, because then when the lawsuit gets to Google and they find out that you're breaking community guidelines, then they can toss themselves out. And then guess what? You got a default judgment on your ass. But far be it from me to give an opinion, right? I'm just a black man too. Let's roll on with Megyn Kelly, child. I can't. Here we go.
We will have hundreds of millions thrown at any marketing effort behind her. And so that was my take. But the vast majority of consumers and her fans celebrated her to high heaven. It was like, again, Queen Bey and the Bey Hive and the marketing she got and the recognition and the awards and the singing opportunities at the award shows, all of it was piled upon her, as everything is, that she is considered untouchable. You're not allowed to rip on her. By the way, not allowed to rip on Michelle Obama either, but we do. Too bad. The more untouchable you tell me somebody is, the more likely I am to want to hit them. And so here is a bit that she came to our attention. She's showing it every show.
Decided to stick her big toe into the lane.
Come on, B.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but it appears to be a setup for her doubters, Glenn. You know, like her haters. Somebody who reposted it online referred to me as a white supremacist, I guess, because I didn't bow down to Queen Bey as she walked into country music. And let me tell you something. She had to scour the internet to find anybody who offered any criticism of this move whatsoever. And here is another one of the most privileged, beloved women in the world and richest based on her own fortune, never mind the man she's married to, but still has to look for the one sliver where she could play the victim and be aggrieved because big bad Megyn Kelly said something completely milquetoast about her entry into country music.
So wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you're big mad, right, of Beyonce mentioning you, but yet you criticize her and you don't think she doesn't have the right to respond? Like, Megyn, sweetheart, beautiful. She has reached heights and has conquered realms and multiverses you will never achieve. And here's the gag, you don't have to, but this is the problem. You want us to respect your art, but you can't respect nobody else's, right? I sincerely don't get it. I sincerely don't get it. Oh my God.
Well, I was about to say, like, I've heard a lot of Megyn Kelly slams and critiques and insults and like very harsh attacks over the years. And that pretty much ranks like at the very bottom of the list when it comes to like rhetorical aggression. It was just like a very offhand comment that like, why is it such a big deal that Beyonce did a country music album? Like, okay, fine. She did country music and, you know, I don't really understand why people are celebrating it so much. It seems like celebrity worship, but you're so right. She's showing it as if there's some kind of like deeply fascist, racist element, like this strain that has been attacking her viciously for daring to do country music. She's holding you up as a hate object. And that's exactly, like, she's going all over the world. People are screaming for her as they always do. Again, she's like, you know, like Michelle Obama, like so many other people, she has every conceivable material benefit and fame and adoration. And she has to like depict herself as persecuted by finding like one of the most mild Megyn Kelly statements I've ever heard in my life and go and hold you up as like a hate object all around the world. Like, look at these vicious racist attacks on me coming from this strain of people. Like, why do you need to be persecuted? Why is that such a desire to be victimized and to say, look at all my doubters and haters and attackers? It's again, I mean, like, why do people go looking for that? Why do people need that and want that? Like, I'm persecuted.
Well, I mean, honestly, you guys are talking about, so obviously you feel away. Because here's the thing, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Like, what are we doing here? Actually, you know what? To that point, there was a clip talking about, you know, Michael Strahan, right, on Good Morning America. And he said something that, you know, it had Larry Spencer shook. Okay, so let me bring up that clip for y'all. Because if it wasn't true, there would not be a conversation on it. And the antithesis of Beyonce getting into country music, for those of you who don't know, she did a you know, duet with the Chicks at the CMAs. And the people at the CMAs were so fucking mean to her. But yet they got Mickey Guy. But yet they got Darius Rucker. Now they got Shabuzi. Like, dude. So you will culturally appropriate us to get our money, but you won't culturally appreciate us for just wanting to add to the game, but not subtract from the game, right? Okay. So here it is. Here's this clip. Here's this clip right here from Good Morning America. Let's roll it.
So, but Beyonce won 2 Grammy, but she wasn't nominated for CMA.
Correct.
Okay. The changing sound or the changing color of country music? I don't know which one to believe. So, but Beyonce won 2 Grammy, but she wasn't nominated for CMA.
Correct.
Okay. The changing sound or the changing color of country music? I don't know which one to believe. So, but Beyonce won 2 Grammy, but she wasn't nominated for CMA.
Correct.
Okay. The changing sound or the changing color of country music? I don't know which one to believe.
Child, let's roll on. We got so much more Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here, right now. And speaking of being big mad, right, that people are responding. Oh, look at this shit. Candice Owens says she's embarrassed that she support 47. Conservative commentator Candice Owens said Tuesday that she's embarrassed after campaigning for President 47 during the 2024 presidential election cycle. He has been a chronic disappointment. I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen, and it's happening. Oh my God. So everybody's having buyer's remorse now? But y'all were so for this. Oh my Lord. I mean, it's not like he's reducing the Pell Grant and cutting work. Say, oh yeah, that is happening. It's not like his buddy Elon Musk went to the Social Security Administration and ripped out computer programs, and put in new ones. They didn't work, and the government had access to people with SSI, SSDI, Section 8 housing, all that stuff. Oh wait, that happened too. It's not like he deported an American and then had to admit that he was wrong. Oh wait, he did that too. But yet, he's been a chronic disappointment. Oh my Lord Jesus. Owens was a staunch supporter of 47 during his first White House bid and spoke highly of the leader after his exit from the Oval Office. However, she's criticized his recent decision to engage in the Israel-Iran conflict. Over the weekend, B-2 bombers from the United States struck 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities, furthering Israel's effort to weaken the country's weapon development. This was not 47's decision. This was Benjamin Netanyahu's decision, Owens told Morgan, referred to Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And that's the reason that he did. We are aware that Israel is dictating our foreign policy, and we now like that to stop. Owens said that there's no imminent threat to the United States, slamming 47 Sunday strikes. While Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, the same Director of National Intelligence that said Pete Hesh didn't really break any crimes when he leaked war plans in a Signal group chat, and those plans got to the editor of the Atlantic. But she's the Director of National Intelligence. Right? She is the Director of National Intelligence. Tulsi Gabbard is, and others have alleged Iran was, which the president happened. I think they were very close to having one. 47 told reports on Tuesday on Air Force One. Child, let's roll on. Speaking of the president, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Oh, my Lord Jesus. 47 seemed flirting hard with Black reporter ready to risk it all. 47 and all African reporter during Oval Office peace remarks. Former President 47. Damn me. Y'all, you gotta do it. You gotta do it like that. Listen, this is the article, so I'm just reading it as y'all are hearing it. Former President 47 had a candid moment in the Oval Office as now making waves online. The occasion was a diplomatic event celebrating a peace agreement between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where, you know, there is no more war, which is a beautiful thing. A very, very, very beautiful thing. But this is where African reporter Hariana Veras Victoria addressed 47 directly, leaving a strong impression on both the room and the former president himself. It's the former president for me. So here it is here from the New York Post. Here we go.
I spoke with the people on the street.
Okay, let me turn it up.
I spoke with the people on the street. I spoke with youth. They know your name. They know that our president named President Trump is working hard to finally bring peace to the country. I saw hope. They have hope now for a better day in Congo. They see what you're doing as a future, better future for Congo. And I had an opportunity to sit down with President Felix Tshisekedi for an interview because I wanted to understand his mind, what he's thinking, his feeling about everything that your administration is doing. And he told me firsthand that for many years, many American presidents overlooked this conflict. They didn't do nothing. Even myself, I covered President Biden's administration. I pressed many times about this conflict. People are dying in Congo. This country has so much potential, but they need help because this war is destroying the country. They never gave me any answer. And he told me, President Tshisekedi, that you have no idea, he's very thankful for what you're doing, for what your administration is doing. Not only him, the entire Congolese people, they see that finally they will have hope. And President Tshisekedi also mentioned at the end of my interview that when peace finally comes to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, he's thinking to nominate you as a Nobel Prize Peace, because he said you deserve, you have been working to bring peace in the world, not only the Congo, and he's very hopeful to meet you.
That's so nice. Well, and that's so beautifully stated. And Caroline said, number one, she did say, and I shouldn't say this because it's politically incorrect, she said, she's beautiful and you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to say that, that could be the end of my political career, but I'll say it anyway. But you are beautiful and you're beautiful inside. That's it. So I wish I had more reporters like you. You covered Africa for a long time?
Yes, for over 10 years.
Wow.
I covered even your first administration.
Yes, I know that. That's great. Well, thank you. That's so nice that you said that. Appreciate it.
Oh, I gotta watch that video a little bit later on. So, Veras Victoria, representing African media, spoke in honor of the United States supported peace deal and offered high praise for 47's involvement. She told him that his efforts in the region had not gone unnoticed, and even suggested that her own president might consider nominating him for a Nobel Peace Prize. It was a rare moment of international recognition that 47 appeared to take in stride until he veered off script. I shouldn't say this because this is politically incorrect. She's beautiful, 47 said, gesturing toward Veras Victoria. I'm not allowed to say that, that could be the end of my political career, he added, laughing. The comments, equal parts flattery, bravado, and typical 47 humor sparked immediate reactions online. Social media users couldn't help but weigh in, with many joking that 47 was ready to risk it all. The moment felt like classic 47, unscripted, polarizing, and undeniably viral. Veras Victoria, for her part, remained poised, acknowledging the compliment without missing a beat. The focus of her remarks stayed on diplomacy and peace building, highlighting the value of United States support and conflict resolution efforts across the African continent. The peace agreement between Rwanda and Democratic Republic of the Congo marks a significant step in reducing tensions in the region. 47's administration has been vocal in backing cooperative international efforts during and after his time in office. The Nobel Peace Prize suggestion, whether symbolic or serious, adds another layer to 47's ongoing campaign to highlight foreign policy wins. For many young women watching, especially those in media or politics, it's a moment that can feel both frustrating and fascinating. On one hand, the idea of being publicly reduced to your appearance by a former U.S. president, y'all are trolling the president, and I am so here for it, is, to put it lightly, out there. On the other hand, it speaks to how women, especially women of color, in high-profile settings are often navigating both professional recognition and unwanted attention. Still, Hariana Veras Victoria delivered her message with confidence, elevating the importance of diplomacy, peace, and international partnership. 47 may have grabbed headlines with his remarks, but she commanded the room with substance. I fully agree with this. And y'all, I gotta tell you something. Like, I don't know if that was real. You know what I mean? Like, cause he really don't like us. He don't like us here, there, or anywhere. Black people we are, right? So I sincerely don't get it. But here, I mean, my Lord Jesus. So here are the comments here, right? From Hollywood Unlocked. Black women don't fall for this. He trying to reel us in. She fine though, maybe 47 she'll waited until after the camera stopped rolling, but he clearly don't give a damn anyway. Laughing emojis. This is how he tricked black people. We're so distracted, it's not even funny. Slave owners thought we were beautiful too. Woo! 16,812 likes on that one. Girl used them looks to convince them to take the African countries off the ban. She's beautiful. He actually told the truth today. That was nice, but it's gonna be back to bullshit tomorrow, right here. And if Obama told white reporters she was beautiful, he would be impeached. So anyone thinking that this is funny or cute should stop accepting this double standard. Exactly. Firstly, she is beautiful. We can all see that, but there's a time and place for everything. And in the middle of a press conference being televised isn't the best place. She may be smiling, may be genuinely flat, but we all know what just happened here. He minimized her to a beautiful woman. Now she has to graciously take the compliment, no matter how uncomfortable or be looked at as aggressive, combative, or whatever else that's said about a woman. Just want to smoothly navigate through their career. He always liked black women, but she is beautiful. Y'all falling for this? Who gives a fuck? Women should be treated as goddesses. Not all women, child, but I feel where you're coming from. Lord Jesus, and be told we're beautiful. Imagine being mad someone else is calling. Imagine being mad someone called someone else beautiful. Finally, he said something we can agree on. She's beautiful. He said Caroline said she's beautiful, and he agreed you are beautiful. How in the world does a genuine compliment offend people? Now, listen. Obviously, this is a beautiful profile picture here, but sweet honey peaches, this is virtue signaling, okay? Ooh, the man can't even say beautiful without the mob coming. It's a trick. Watch the entire video. People are so shallow. It was a beautiful media piece. Stop paying, give credit where credit is due. No! When has he ever cared about being politically correct? Release those Epstein's files. The most ghetto president of all time. He didn't lie. She really is. He has good taste. People should normalize giving compliments. It's not just politically incorrect. It's totally 100% unprofessional. It's creepy. Fancies of black women or fetishizing. The fact that this man just said he doesn't care in regard to who, what he should and should not do. So he's untouchable. SMH. SMH, we are doing. Y'all are mad because he called a beautiful woman. Because he called a beautiful woman beautiful. I think you meant to say y'all mad because he called a black woman beautiful. I mean, she really is beautiful, though. I know she's putting this on a resume. He can't do nothing about people complaining. Good Lord Jesus. He insulted her intelligence and minimized her to her beauty. Ladies, don't ever take that flattery and smile and thank them. With superficial MAGA, it's all about looks and what turns 47 on. It has nothing to do with the qualification of the person. And I'm not saying this woman is not qualified. All those 47s or 47ers are going to be like, that's what's wrong with this generation. Y'all can't tell LeBron she's good looking no more. Right? She is beautiful, but her hair looks just like his. And child, listen, the body, hang on, let me zoom out. The body is bodying, child. Listen, Yazzie, you are great. Okay. I just want to say that child right there. Woo. Jesus. Even giving someone a compliment, y'all try to make it negative. Sexual harassment. Let's normalize calling women beautiful. They hate and love black women. She's beautiful. And given that it's 47, no surprises here. It was a nice comment. Y'all hate on everything. So as y'all can see, it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So just child. More to come. We'll bring this road report live right from the space right here, right now. From Prawn here, Houston fan gives account of Beyonce's flying car malfunction. It was a homecoming with one moment the singer won't want to remember. In the end of Back to the Future, Dr. Emmett Brown returns from the future to warn Mari and Jennifer that their future may be bleak. So Mari and Jennifer hop on to Doc's DeLorean, where the adventure utters the famous line, "Roads where we're going, we don't need roads." Suddenly, Doc's DeLorean hovers above the ground and zooms away in a universe of flying cars. The year 2015. Well, it's 2025 and flying cars are happening yet, kids. Case in point, Beyonce nearly died, maybe trying to ride a flying car at her Cowboy Car tour stop Saturday at NRG Stadium. Yes, the videos are all over the place now. Beyonce, one of the most famous people in the world and a Houston native on tour to support her 2024 album Cowboy Car, was performing the hit 16 Characters in her hometown Saturday night atop a sofa-type outfit, essentially to look like a drop top. She looks incredible up there in all her cowboy glory, accompanied by American flag. So here it is here. Child. Y'all cannot say Beyonce does not give a damn show. I mean, it is leaning, and she is holding. And it's stuck. So I'm guessing the car was supposed to land on the stage, right? Oh my God. Child. I mean, she's a trooper. I literally, like I know she's got a stunt team, but like, how does she come up with stunts? Because I'm just like, to do this on this big of a spectacle, if you fall, like, everybody's got that recording. So shout out to Michael Avison. That clip got 2.3 million views. By the way, shout out to Bonnie Blue there, that gorgeous sister right there. Now, usually the car, which is not flying, is actually held up by cables, calmly hangs above the crowd while everyone pops on flashlight mode. It's a wonderful moment. But the car didn't stay level on Saturday. About 1 minute into the song, the wiring slowed down. You could tell it was starting to tilt inward right before it stopped. Alexandria Ellis, a Houston restaurant server, told Keyna on Sunday morning Ellis attend Saturday night's concert. I thought it was an odd angle, but it's Beyonce. She knows what she's doing. The drop top tilted at what seemed to be nearly a 45-degree angle, forcing Beyonce to hold tight to the cable and say, stop, stop, stop. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's see here. Because I didn't see the rest of that part. She actually told them to stop. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was just slowly but surely still tilting.
Stop.
What are you cheering for? Like, she is saying to her stunt team, stop, before she falls and she is injured in front of y'all. Like, this is human life here. What are we doing? I'm sorry. Like, there's no way. So now I want to explain what's happening behind the scenes, because, you know, there are rehearsals and stuff for this, right? So the stunt team is trying to figure out live in real time how to do this. Now, I'm sure that they have, you know, a process in place if this so should happen on her tour. But the fact that actually happened, and she is this calm, this cool, this measured, child, she is saying. Okay, so as you can see, that it was going by the very straight. Y'all need to move out the way. That's a car. That's a whole car. Stop. Stop it. No. 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 You should not be excited about a car coming down. Woo. Child, Beyonce. Listen, you better than most. Because I sincerely do not know how I would have handled it, right? I'm sorry. Child, no. There's just no way. By the way, shout out to Still Unjaded. And here's a closer up, you know, video there. Hey, let's see. Like, she is the consummate professional. So here's the ball coming back. And there's a teleprompter right there. So, you know, because ours, they do have teleprompters. So, you know, say off of memory, nothing. You're doing a whole show. Woo! She absolutely did her thing.
Stop.
There she is saying stuff. So, child, listen. Right here, then Beyonce glances over the crowd, smiles, and seems to just be breathing in and out while the car dangles cautiously over the throng at NRG Stadium. She's up there in that spot for about a minute, prompting her to thank the crowd for their patience. After they got her down safely, she got back on stage and said, "If I fall, I know y'all would catch me." And she finished the song because the show must go on. Let's say you could tell she was shaking, but who wouldn't be? I'm glad she's safe. At the very least, it's proof we still need roads. Beyonce is back at NRG Stadium on Sunday night. So Beyonce, thank God you're okay. That was terrifying, child. I sincerely, like, I don't know why Beyonce gets so much hell. Like, she is about her business. She gives back to businesses, but most of all, she tries her best to never forget where she comes from, right? And of course, because it was Houston, she was going to pull out all the stops for her hometown. That's just like if Brantley's virtual tour was live on tour, did like a 30-city tour. When I'm in my hometown, Little Rock, you best believe I'm bringing out the best guests. You best believe I'm bringing out the best destinations. You best believe I'm giving $1 million on top of $1 billion. Or would it be, I'm going to give $1 trillion on top of $1 billion. Either way, I'm going to go hard for my city, right? So that's all that was, y'all. That's it. So shout out to Beyonce there. So speaking of, you know, things happening in the world, shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years of being a platform and on to the next 25. Here we go here. How Supreme Court ruling threatens birthright citizenship. Decision limits federal judges' power to block 47 citizenship order nationwide. A landmark Supreme Court decision has ignited fierce debate across the nation as justices voted 6-3 to restrict federal courts' ability to issue sweeping nationwide injunctions. The June 27, 2025 ruling represents a pivotal shift in judicial authority that could reshape how controversial government policies are challenged and implemented across America. The case emerged from legal challenges to President 47's executive order targeting birthright citizenship, which seeks to deny automatic American citizenship to children born to undocumented immigrants and temporary visa holders. While 47 has characterized the court's decision as a major victory for his administration, legal scholars warn the implications extend far beyond immigration policy. The court's narrow focus, rather. The Supreme Court's ruling addressed procedural questions rather than the substance of 47's citizenship directive. The justices determined that lower federal courts had exceeded the constitutional authority by issuing universal injunctions that prevent the executive order from taking effect nationwide, including in states that never participate in legal challenges against the policy. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, writing for the conservative majority, argued that such broad judicial interventions likely surpass the powers Congress intended to grant federal courts. The decision establishes that while judges retain authority to protect individuals who directly challenge the government's actions, they cannot unilaterally halt federal policies across all 50 states based on objections from a handful of jurisdictions. So they can't halt federal policies, but they can put in an injunction to potentially stop it based on the premises of valid facts. Okay, child. Okay. This procedural distinction carries enormous practical consequences. Previously, a single federal judge could effectively pause a contentious policy nationwide, providing uniform protection for affected individuals regardless of their location. Under the new framework, policies may be enforced in some states while remaining blocked in others, creating a complex patchwork of rights and protections. Constitutional questions persist. 47's executive order, signed on his first day of office, challenges more than 150 years of constitutional interpretation. The directive asserts that children born on American soil do not automatically receive citizenship if their parents lack legal status or hold temporary visas. But Melania wasn't born in the United States, though. So what do we do about that? Barron was born in the United States. So what do we do about that? You see how this backfires on you so badly? You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what you want me to do about this. I really don't. This position directly contradicts subject to jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States, ratified in 1868. This amendment was specifically designed to overturn the Supreme Court's infamous Dred Scott decision, which had denied citizenship rights to Black Americans. Juneteenth, the day where Texas learned that they were the last state to be free. The amendment's language has been consistently interpreted by courts, legal scholars, and government agencies to establish birthright citizenship as an automatic right for virtually all children born within American borders. The few exceptions involve children of foreign diplomats and enemy soldiers during wartime, categories that legal experts say do not apply to the populations targeted by 47's order. Initially, 3 federal judges across different jurisdictions issued nationwide injunctions blocking 47's citizenship directive. These orders effectively suspend the policy's implementation while constitutional challenges proceed through the courts. However, following the Supreme Court's procedural ruling, the executive order can now be enforced in approximately 20 states that did not file lawsuits against it. Immediate consequences. The practical effects of this legal shift are already becoming apparent in states where no lawsuits were filed. Government agencies may begin implementing 47's citizenship restrictions, potentially affecting birth certificate issuance, passport applications, and other documentation processes for newborns whose parents lack permanent legal status. Meanwhile, in states like California, New York, and others where legal challenges remain active, the policy remains temporarily blocked for 30 days. This grace period allows attorneys general, and advocacy groups to pursue additional legal strategies, including appeals to higher courts and requests for more narrowly tailored injunctions that comply with the Supreme Court's standards. The geographic disparities created by this ruling could lead to significant confusion and hardship for affected families. Children born in different states may face vastly different citizenship outcomes based solely on their birthplace, potentially creating a two-tiered system of rights that varies by jurisdiction. Broader implications of federal power. Legal experts emphasize that this ruling's significance extends well beyond immigration policy by limiting courts' ability to issue nationwide injunctions. The Supreme Court has effectively reduced one of its primary mechanisms for challenging federal overreach across multiple policy areas. Future executive orders addressing AB access, environmental regulations, LGBTQIA+ protections, voting rights, and other contentious issues may face fewer obstacles to implementation in states that choose not to directly challenge them legally. This shift could accelerate the development of dramatically different policy landscapes across different regions of the country. Justice Sotomayor's dissenting opinion highlighted concerns about the ruling's impact on equal protection principles. She argued that the majority's decision undermines historical precedents for providing uniform judicial relief and could leave vulnerable populations without adequate legal protections in jurisdictions that lack resources or political will to change harmful federal policies. Looking ahead, while 47's administration celebrates this procedural victory, the fundamental constitutional questions surrounding birthright citizenship remain unresolved. Legal challenges to the executive order continue in multiple jurisdictions, and the Supreme Court may ultimately need to address the substantive constitutional issues at stake. The next 30 days will prove crucial for civil rights organizations, states attorneys general, and affected families as they navigate this new legal landscape. Immigration advocates are already developing strategies to challenge the policy through alternative legal mechanisms that comply with the court's procedural requirements while still providing meaningful protection for vulnerable populations. This ruling marks a significant moment in the ongoing tension between federal power and judicial oversight, with consequences that will likely reverberate through American law and policy for years to come. So what do I think about this destination? I think it's bullshit, because let me tell you something. The more we do not have a society, you have nothing to run, right? So with these DEI rollbacks, you don't realize that the black dollar is worth $1 trillion, right? And at the beginning, middle, end of the day, the more that you take away venture capital firms like, what was that? There was the Fearless Fund, I think it was called, the Fearless Fund for Black women to be able to get venture capital. When you take away TRIA, which is a federally funded program for first-generation students, minorities, and people with disabilities, when you take away Upward Bound, that allows students to get into college through College Credit Plus, right? When you take away Section 8 housing, when you take away food stamps, you're taking away resources that help people that allow people to stabilize themselves until they can get to where they need to be. Right. So pulling back birthright citizenship, if nobody new is in the United States, eventually everyone is going to die. Right. So you see how stupid this looks for you? It's just sad, because your own mother said to you that you should never be president. Your own mother said that shit. Your own whose mom would tell them don't run for president because I know my son's stupid? What mom would say that? Child, I can't. This is stupid. And not to mention too, when it comes to the passports and stuff, right? We live in a global economy, right? So the same people that you don't want to come into the country as immigrants, you're going overseas to talk to these immigrants about foreign policy. You see how dumb that looks? But you're the smart one, I guess. And speaking of citizenship, shout out to my girl Glam Rocks and to all her Haitians, her Haiti people. Because from blacknews.com, 47 terminates legal status for 500,000 Haitians in the United States, wants to deport them back to Haiti. Yeah. So like I said, other things are going on in the world besides a fucking reality show that no one cares about. Okay? Listen. This is actually important here. Let's get into it. The 47 administration has officially announced the termination of temporary protected status, TPS, for Haiti, impacting more than 500,000 Haitian nationals currently residing in the United States. Many of them have been living in the United States for years, some of them for more than 10 years. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed that the TPS designation will expire on August 3rd, 2025, with removals beginning as early as September 2nd, 2025. This decision effectively cancels the 18-month extension granted by former President Joe Biden, which would have protected Haitian nationals through February 2026. According to Newsweek, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, says this move reinforces the original intent of TPS as a short-term solution. This decision restores integrity in our immigration system and ensures that temporary protected status is actually temporary, a DHS spokesperson said. The announcement has ignited fierce criticism, with many advocacy groups warning that hundreds of thousands of individuals are now at risk of being sent back to a nation gripped by crisis. Haiti continues to endure widespread political unrest, extreme poverty, and a surge in gang-related violence. Armed gangs reportedly control about 80% of Port-au-Prince, the capital, where they engage in kidnappings, extortion, and violent clashes with authorities. The country is also still reeling from the 2021 deletion of President Jovenel Moïse, which created a power vacuum and exacerbated the instability. With more than 1 million people internally displaced, basic services such as healthcare and food access have collapsed. Despite DHS claim that Haiti's conditions have improved to the point where Haitians can return home safely, many experts and Haitian American leaders strongly disagree. Tessa Pete, executive director of the Florida Immigration Coalition and a Haitian immigrant, told Newsweek, I'm still in shock, but I'm totally disgusted. This is a complete lie. There has to be a way to stop this administration from sending people to their deaths. She emphasized that political chaos and unhealed wounds from past disasters still plague the nation. Under United States law, DHS is required to review conditions in designated countries before TPS decisions are made. In this case, DHS cited findings from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services in consultations with the State Department. You know, here's the thing, right? Sorry, ear pop. So here's the thing. Because 47 doesn't like immigrants. So look, guys, we gotta get rid of these people. I need you to go. I need you to find whatever you find. And even it looks horrible, I need you to lie and say it looks good. Let's get these fuckers out here. Like, I'm sure he did that. Right? Because guess what? Then you got Mexicans, you got Indians. So you don't think that he's not going to do this to other races? I'm just saying. It's a damn shame. However, critics argue that these assessments ignore the worsening violence and humanitarian emergency on the ground. The administration has also encouraged Haitian nationals to use the CPB Home app to arrange returns and apply for alternative forms of legal status if eligible. Well, I mean, if you kick them out, what makes you think that you're going to approve their forms for legal status if eligible? Since the devastating 2010 earthquake, Haitian TPS holders have legally lived and worked in the United States. Legally lived and worked. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my Lord, in the United States, building families, businesses, and communities. Many now face heartbreaking choices, especially those of American-born children who risk being separated from deportation. According to the Immigration Policy Institute, MPI, the United States is home to between 700,000 and 1.15 million Haitian immigrants, including roughly 500,000 TPS holders whose future has now been thrown into uncertainty. It's a fucking disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. This is just saying, look, we want the country to be white, okay? And the words of Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, Malcolm in the Middle, and so many other great productions. When has it ever been great in America for Black people? That's what Bryan Cranston said. That is what Bryan Cranston said. Okay, roll it on. Finally, we started off with the Kenya Moore of Huntsville, Alabama. And now we're ending the show. We're not ending the show technically, right? I still got the All Positive News story. I'm coming up here in just a minute. But shout out to RollingOut.com once again, celebrating 25 years of being a platform. Yes, indeed. What's unfolding in Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion trailer? Andy Cohen hosts explosive reunion special filled with confrontations. The anticipation builds as Real Housewives of Atlanta prepares for its season finale. It aired last night. We're going to talk about it tonight, okay? Believe me. In addition to that, we're going to do a Diddy update because, like I said, the trial is over. But today, the jury got their instructions. So we're going to break that down a little bit later on tonight as well. Fans are... Oh, and by the way, me and Gigi Nod may be going live tonight because last night, for those of you who are wondering, right? Did anything happen last night? It did. There was a special edition to bring these virtual tour last night. Very, very special edition. I'll show you. Because I'm about my shit. So here it is here. So last night, right here, Never Ever Mets are bumping in the middle of the night. So Two Sugars, One Shot, they dropped a midnight video of Jay talking about Cinco, right? So me and Gigi did this show here earlier where we saw Kiki and Jay live. And in that live, in the Instagram live rise, because Alexis asked, was it, Oren? I said allegedly yes. And Jay said, there's no allegedly, nigga. And I'm like, first of all, I wasn't here for the first live. I was at work Sunday, okay? So they said that they said they were going to upload the video, but they had to cut out the part where Jay showed that graphic content. So then 8 hours ago, you guys got this show here. So this is where I was 8 hours ago, literally at midnight. It was me and Josh from season 1 that never ever met. That's what I've been up to. Okay. Because in the words of Anonymous T.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
One more time, Anonymous T.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
One more time for the people in the back. And when I said that person's mother should have swallowed them like a milkshake, I am sure that her children would like to swallow their memories of her being their mother like a milkshake. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so that correction has been corrected. What you say, Anonymous, one more time?
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
There it is. So like, yo, like with what Anonymous T said about a good streamer can find other content, yo, it's right here. Like, what are we doing here? I just like we've been reviewing RHOA all season. 90 Day Fiance, Hunt for Love, the Diddy trial, in addition to everything else. Like I mean, R. Kelly hospitalized, and that there was an article that came out about what happened inside the courtroom, right? Me breaking the clip about the truth about that apology that DG supposedly said to Haley Bailey. Like, we've been doing stuff over here. So it boggles my mind when people ask, where's the content? Where's the content? Where's the content? Here it is. Because like I said, in the words of Anonymous T, once again.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Still scrolling. Like, we're not doing this shit, right? So, like, RHOA has been happening. RHOA has been on for 16 seasons. Okay? LMH finally got to season 10. But I bet you this much. Because Phaedra Parks already admitted there is a season 17 coming. Let's see if there's a season 11 for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, come on now. Let's not do this shit. Like, damn. Still scrolling. Hang on. Let me go here. Okay, I'll call that. Here's the live. Here's the oldest. Right here. Here's the oldest content. 2 years ago. Like, we've been live on tour for like, what, 3 years really? Because what, 2023, 2024, 2025? Like, this one was in 2023 right here, right? So we've been on tour for a good minute. Like, last night was the 1,000th tour. Okay? So, like, come on now. Let's not do this. All this content. And y'all worried about other people? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Child, let's roll on. I can't. Let's roll on. Oh, my Lord. The anticipation builds as Real Housewives of Atlanta RHOA prepares for its season finale. Fans are buzzing after the official trailer release for the reunion special hosted by Andy Cohen. This season's reunion promises a roller coaster ride filled with emotional revelations and jaw-dropping moments. What to expect from the reunion? The trailer showcases fan favorite cast members including Portia Williams, Phaedra Parks, Drew Sidora, Jamia Morin, One guy, Kelly Farrell, Angela Oakley, and special guest Cynthia Bailey, because she's a friend of. But Cynthia Bailey has elevated from a friend of to she's just a legend. So she was going to be on the reunion regardless. The reunion kicks off with Portia expressing her desire to confront the other women with the truth. Does that mean other women can confront you about your truth too? Because Simon just recently said that, you know, you went after him for money on a Page 6 interview, but that's neither here nor there. Setting the stage for heated discussions about the season's most talked about moments. One standout moment features Portia addressing her controversial statement about wanting to sleep with Angela Oakley's husband. This bold statement ignites discussions among fans, cast members alike, creating immediate tension that permeates the entire special. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is here, your full season 16 reunion sneak peek. Here we go.
I'm curious if anyone wants to set any intentions today.
I just want to step to the plate with each lady with truth.
Why would you say you would Angela's husband?
Who told you that? That wasn't how it happened. This is a pattern of lying. Lying about what?
What folder?
You done put the whole file cabinet, child.
Now, Angela, are you trying to pull a Monique Samuels move? I'm not mad at it, though, because see, Angela Oakley is known to the NBA world. Monique Samuels is known to no one. Let's roll on. Hey, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Rolling on.
You ready?
Yeah. Coming up on the 3-part Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, how do you feel about Frickin' Frock revealing all about your hood?
Now, I gotta tell you something. That moment when they talked about Cynthia's lit, having a hood, I'm like, oh my Lord Jesus, what is going on here? I'm like, oh my God, I simply cannot do it. Like, oh my God, that flabber choked me. Okay, listen, let's roll on. And I'm pausing it so that way, you know, we can keep it in the show. Okay, so here we go.
We need clarification. You know what I'm talking about?
You think you need clarification? I'm like,
no, you'll be hot on these streets, Portia. Yeah, you know I like my Africans. One for the books.
So is it fair to say that you go after Africans for money because you can't hold your own and make your own money and stand on your own and be about something for yourself? Would it be fair to say that or no? Let's roll.
Edie has decided not to join us.
What? Wow. Can you have gotten information from the current housewife about Britt's past?
Did you send her the pictures?
Let's start there.
Well, baby, I'm in all the rooms.
But the rooms I'm in, they don't know you. So if I look 53, you look 63.
Y'all had that conversation together saying that I was screwing Candy and Todd.
I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club.
Oh, my Lord and Lord. What? Now, Portia, you said that you wanted to just confront the women with, you know, the truth, right? Does that mean your truth as well or not? I'm just asking. I am just asking because, child, it looks like this reunion is going to be something. Okay, I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Because you know, if you open the door for, you know, her truth to be spilled, you know that means she open up the door for your truth to be spilled. Okay.
They both kiss Candy. Let's run the tape back.
Don't sit on Portia's lap, girl.
She characterized her return as a flop.
I do.
Okay.
She should be.
Oh, well, I mean, that is factual. I mean, you did use Drew way too heavily over her recording with your baby daddy Dennis when, guess what? Dennis is single, y'all not married, and Drew is going through a divorce, and people work with people in the music industry all the time. And I know that Portia did not come with this comeback when she said this on national television.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days. Where the hell that bitch live at?
And we still don't know where that bitch live at. We still don't know. Let's roll on.
We worry about who flipping and flopping in that basement with Ralph.
Ralph, did you really think Drew was sleeping with Dennis for beats?
I didn't know exactly what the relationship was, but you had mentioned that you was trying to holler at her too.
I never.
Wow. Charles, when did you date our friend Sheree?
Okay, Angie.
What?
What are we doing?
Everybody want to know about me. What about y'all? I'm the only husband here. Where your husband's at?
What is the current status of your friend?
Charles Oakley deserves a bonus check. Because, Portia, when you did that, woo, you know he's talking about your ass too, right? You do realize that. He's also talking about your ass not having a husband. I just want the so-called journalist who called herself a journalist, who couldn't do a fifth or a half of the career that Anderson Cooper's done, to know that that was also to your ass. Child. Because in the words of Mariah Huck, you're not married to medicine, my love. To translate that, you're not a housewife, my love. You're not married. The fuck? What's going on?
Today.
You posted about my mom saying she did something egregious to your mom.
Absolutely
Why you
did.
even bringing?
Let her have her moment.
1 second.
Hold
on.
That's it. Oh my God.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my God, not the person that wanted to come on and confront the women with the truth and then walks off when she can't handle the truth. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord Jesus. Y'all, it all starts July 13th on Bravo and streaming the next day on Peacock. Drama unfolds with evidence. Tensions escalate when Angela confronts Phaedra, accusing her of dishonesty while presenting paperwork to support her claims. The reunion transcends typical reality show drama. Documentation becomes a part of the confrontation, transforming legal entertainment to something resembling legal proceeding. I remember that there was a summons to court that Keyna tried to give Marlo, but it wasn't filled out. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm talking about what happened on the show. Okay, listen. Oh my Lord Jesus. Kelly captures the intensity perfectly, knowing that Angela brought the whole filing cabinet to the reunion. This unprecedented move demonstrates how the women have elevated their conflicts beyond ordinary reality television squabbles. The reunion also addresses Britt Eady's absence, raising questions about group dynamics and behind-the-scenes maneuvering. Personal attacks and age wars, right? The drama intensifies when Phaedra and Angela engage in brutal age-related exchanges. Angela fires back with the cunning response about looking younger than her actual age, demonstrating how personal boundaries dissolve under reunion pressure. These moments reveal genuine animosity that's been building throughout the season. Williams raised serious allegations about information leaks to Kenya Moore, forcing Drew into an uncomfortable spotlight. Cohen probing questions create visible discomfort as Drew struggles to navigate the accusations, her confused expression adding intrigue to the developing situation. Past relationships and revelations. Williams and Shamia find themselves revisiting their history with Candice Owens in both playful and contentious territory. Williams asserts that both women have intimate history with Candy, showcasing the complex relationships within the group. This revelation highlights how past interactions continue influencing present dynamics among Atlanta's reality television personalities. The conversation demonstrates the blurred lines between personal and professional relationships that defy the franchise, where private moments become public entertainment and fuel ongoing conflicts. Let me tell you something. Candy is ready to speak on it. It's your girl Candy, and I'm about to speak on it. Speak on it, speak on it, speak on it, speak on it, dot, dot. Speak on it, dot, dot. Speak on it, dot, dot, on it, dot, dot, on it. Oh, that speak on is gonna be I love what we do, man. I love what we do, man. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Oh, this is getting straight. Okay. All right. Oh man, family drama enters the mix. Ralph Pittman expresses doubts about the relationship between his estranged wife Drew and Des McKinley, transforming personal relationships into public spectacle. This development raises questions about privacy boundaries in reality television while adding another layer of complexity to existing conflicts. Charles Oakley makes a memorable entrance, questioning the absence of other husbands and bringing masculine energy to predominantly female-driven drama. His presence creates a new conflict while highlighting the extended network of relationships surrounding the cast. Reunion schedule and production. The highly anticipated reunion unfolds across 3 parts. Part 1 airing July 13th at 8/7 Central, then followed by Part 2 on July 20th, and then Part 3 on July 27th at the same time, 8/7 Central. This extended format maximizes drama and exaggeration while building anticipation week after week. Truly original produces the series with executive producer Stephen Weinstock, Glenda Hirsch, Laura Kecklin, Lorraine Houghton Lawson, and Glenda Cox, and Shane Murphy. Andy Cohen serves dual roles as host of the reunion and executive producer, positioning him as both ringmaster and the creative force behind the chaos. The trailer concludes with Portia making a dramatic entrance, leaving. I think that this meant to say the trailer concludes with Portia making a dramatic exit, leaving fans eager for the full reunion experience. Strategic timing positions the reunion. The strategic timing positions the reunion as summer appointment television, promising a filter emotion and authentic conflict that scripted shows struggle to replicate. That is facts. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our whole show. Now, of course, we're going to always end it with a positive story, because after we cover the mess of the impossible, after we cover the mess of the impossible, cover the rise of the possible, we got to end it on a good note, right? So here it is here.
To officially announce that the WNBA is expanding from our currently announced 15 teams to 18 teams over the next few years. So on behalf of the entire WNBA, I'm thrilled to welcome Cleveland and Detroit back, and to welcome
So right here, from the Jasper brand, the WNBA is thriving. On Monday, June 30th, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Elbert announced that over the next 5 years, the league will expand to 18 teams, with Cleveland and Detroit coming back, like she said, and Philadelphia is set to join by 2030. Sharing the exciting news, Elbert said the demand for women's basketball has never been higher. We are thrilled to welcome Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia to the WNBA family. This historic expansion is a powerful reflection of our league's extraordinary momentum, the depth of talent across the game, and the surging demand for investment in women's professional basketball. According to reports, if all goes to plan, Cleveland will make its debut in 2028, Detroit in 2029, and Philadelphia the following season. This remarkable return for both Cleveland and Detroit, both cities previously had WNBA teams. Reports indicate that Detroit and Cleveland teams will play at NBA arenas, while Philadelphia has plans for a brand new facility. Are you excited for what's to come from the WNBA? First of all, congratulations for the expansion. I'm here for it. And I want to also give a shout out to T-Talk with your girl, because she has supported me in my expansion, right? From Cape Gate to wanting to give up on YouTube so many times. And give me wisdom behind the scenes. And here's the thing, I'm nobody's lapdog. We already proved that. Yes, indeed. Because if I was somebody's lapdog, I wouldn't have my own mindset, right? So I've always been in my senses. Y'all senses have been fucked up. But the reason why I'm celebrating this expansion, like I'm celebrating T-Talk with your girl, is because it's really the people that really ride for you that are your Calvary, right? And I've said this before, and this is why the attacks that are happening are failing miserably, like the waste of life that they are, because they move like that, they consume that energy, and guess what? Nobody really likes them in real life either. If you gotta come on virtual reality to have a life, you were never liked in your real life anyway. Hey, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, but if you let it fly, it must apply. And when it came to T-Talk with your girl and what happened with Anthony we actually care about, she was there every single day. She almost lost her job, and her family stepped up as a family would do and said, Mom, go ahead and take a break. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to step up and be a family. Meanwhile, Unc, your family members have been passing away, and yet you still behave like this. I'm just saying. Once again, let me put up the numbers, because I know you're not going to do the math, so I did it for you. Like, and y'all, that's our show. Like, I ain't got nothing else for y'all. There it is, right there. Y'all can take the screenshot, do whatever you want to do. Like, what it is on WhatsApp. And then here are the other receipts of that backup channel not supposed to be used, versus that content creator that she told to shut up, that her channel is bigger than the backup channel she's not supposed to be using because she's breaking YouTube community guidelines. And then here's that other channel, right, that she's been trying to mollywop for years now, that channel is bigger than the backup channel she's not supposed to be using. And then here's you, versus T-Talk with your girl. Like I said, these are all facts. You can do the math yourself, but I know you won't. So there it is. I'll let it go to 1:47, 1 hour, 47 minutes. And by the way, hang on, sorry. I'll give it one more minute, y'all, at 1:48. Because, I mean, it really is just ridiculous. It really is. Like, I sincerely don't get it. I really don't. Wanda, try to do a Hot Topic show by yourself. Please. Try to do a fifth quarter or half of what I did. You do a show and I do a show. But it would be an easy contest to mollywop your ass. Just like that other so-called content creator that's breaking YouTube community guidelines. If they put up a show versus my show, child, I would mentally mollywop their ass too. Because you saw the content over here, okay? Child, don't make no damn sense. And like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Almost there to 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 48 seconds. There it is right there. Okay. Because, like I said, in the words of Anonymous T, because she said this.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's
one more time for me.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I'm gonna turn on my camera now because we done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Y'all, what a show today. Listen, y'all didn't get the early show thing that a lot happens early. But one thing to know, two things for sure, in case you did not know. Over here on this channel, just know this.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith. I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell. And I'm Dave Price. And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But whenever you start the daylight, and a lot happens early. Can you feel it when I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
Early.
A lot happens early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is. Julie Chen Moonfez is a new morning. Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Mac Rodriguez. You are absolutely right. A lot over here happens early. Ciao. Listen, one love, much love, and all love to each and every single one of you. I will see you guys here a little bit later on today for the Diddy trial jury instructions recap, and then of course RHOA will be tonight as well. So please stay tuned. Like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. And here's the thing, right? Just because somebody's speaking out on somebody doesn't mean that they're wishing everybody hell. Because like I said, we got bigger assignments. They're trying to tear down anything and everything of our existence, of us being in this world. That's a bigger enemy that we need to fight. But the only reason why we're never going to win that war is because our own people are trying to tear down the cavalry that really should be going up against the real enemy. Child, with that being said, as the fireworks are going off behind us here, ladies and gentlemen, listen, one love, much love, and all the love to each and every single one of you. Believe me, I feel the love, and I'll send it right back to you. Bye, everybody. See y'all later today. All right, bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that They've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.